Boom. Hello, this is Mordred Viking, and I would like to welcome you to episode 184 of this Let's Play Prophecy of Pendor. In the last episode, we started doing what was expecting to be the penultimate episode of this series, and that was the life of Klaus, basically a montage of his career thus far. However, his career apparently is a little bit longer than I had anticipated, so what was going to be one video is is now going to be broken up into two, maybe even three. We'll see. I got to roughly episode 50 of the 181 episodes of actual playing content, so we'll see. But the latter parts was a lot of running around trying to gather money and things, and that kind of thing I can cut out. I was just trying to get the highlights and like the first time he did such and such. For example, first time he was knocked out. The video which you're playing right now is the first time he was using his crossbow, I believe. When he joined the Griffins, when he became a mercenary, first to the Salio and then to the Feardsvane, and then a vassal, and then got his castle. And so the beginning of stuff of this will probably be mostly order-related things, but then we will get into his actual time as a vassal for Feardsvane, then eventually the King of Pendor. Obviously, if you have not watched the entire series, then please do watch that first. There will obviously be spoilers involved here. And I very much hope that you enjoy the rest of this content. Thank you very much again for all of your support throughout the months on this, and I am hoping that you will be joining me in the next series, which is due to start on the 1st of July. I'll catch you then. Enjoy! Well, they're not actually charging us, okay. And waiting that little bit has meant that we've actually got our entire army away from the freaking horses. Stupid horses. Here come their infantry lines. Uh-oh. Jeez. Got them spread out. That's annoying. Ah, freaking archers! Damn it. And of course we've lost again. Hello, my name is Mordred, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 58 of this Let's Play Prophecy of Pendor. In the previous episode, we tried to undertake the Griffin Renown quest again and failed spectacularly. I don't think we've ever done worse. And that resulted in me commenting on the Griffins being particularly poor. Now, there was quite a good suggestion by the Don001 saying, could I not mod the game to make the Griffins slightly different? So let's take a look at what I've done. This should be save game compatible. And what do you immediately notice? Compare them to, say, the Valkyries. Yes, they have no horses. I have removed the horses from the Griffins. I've also removed their lances because that just makes no sense, but everything else is exactly the same. I've not changed the stats in any other way. And that leads me on to the other point, which was by King Chris. Why haven't I upgraded the Griffins? Quite frankly, I'd forgotten he could. So I'm going to go to the War Room. I'm going to improve the quality of the Knights of the Griffin. Now, I do want to say I'm not going to do this very often. Probably 3-4 times at the maximum. But I will do it now. So there we go. We have slightly improved them. And that has spent basically all of my money to this point. But the Griffin should now be quite significantly better, actually, in fighting. So there we go. One fairly large change. Are you just going to stand here? Please just stand here. Okay, so we just got you completely, like, not charging. too close to even swing. Now that was a complete and utter slaughter. Okay. Did I get some troops? No. Do I want to do another quest? Not right now. Come on, come on. Yes, I'll fight you. 177. Most of them are mounted, it seems. In fact, a lot of them are mounted. Yeah, we got this. And this should be a lot of renown, because we're quite heavily outnumbered. But we got this. 26 renown for this. We totally weren't following the army. Okay, character. At this point, we need to start focusing on charisma, because these can both be maxed out by quaffing Qualis gem elixir things, apparently. So that will do. Now, what do I want to spend this point on? I should probably just save it. Yeah, I'll save it. And we can still boost our crossbows, because our weapon master is now 8. Could theoretically become 9, but the only thing we want it to be at 9 is athletics, because I don't think there's any other way of increasing it. 37 Jatu horsemen. Oh, it's foggy. I need to be careful of pulling other groups in. This is giving me 8 renown. Ugh, I hate fighting in the fog. Especially Jatu. It's always kind of like, ah! Come on, people, get into position. Quickly. See, for Pendor 4, we were going to use this kind of fog, but have it tinted green when you're fighting against the snake cult. What a shot. I do pull it out sometimes. Not that time. Oh, you're going with the spear? Okay, we can take you.
Is that it? Yes! Ha ha! Oh, that was a bit tense at the end there. I think I'm not going to take on Jatu. Thankfully we only actually lost 8 men, but lots of wounded, so we're going to have to take a day out just to recover. But for just 8 renown, not worth it. There was a rather brilliant comment by Bullet the Enforcer on the last video, which was basically calling Klaus on the fact that he has been rather poor at killing horses lately, and he has. I fully admit he's been terrible at killing horses recently, so that is something we are going to work on. He did notice something rather more treacherous. One of them was that I've been selling Mettenheim weaponry, which I'm going to not do. Don't know whether I'll keep it all or just keep the balanced Mettenheim or fine Mettenheim or whatever, just for, laughs. The other thing, which is far, far, far more serious, and I honestly don't know how this has happened, but where's his moustache? Where's his bloody moustache gone? I'm sure he had one. Where's it gone? It's just disappeared. So if anyone knows how I can change my face during a game, and I'm fairly sure it is possible, I'm just not sure how, do let me know in the comments, because I want my bloody moustache back. I feel dirty. I feel like I've been riding horses or something, and horrible. All of our companions have been sent off on what I had hoped were right to rule missions. However, I've been told that they might not have been. So I was doing ask you something. Connections. Oh, so okay. Apparently this is only spying and stuff, and telling you about Pendor itself. So I might have been doing the wrong option. It should, have been this one, and then this option, I think, which I can then send off. And I think they can only do it once, and then they get more information, more right to rule. So I have actually been doing the wrong thing. So apparently I've basically just given my companions a week off. Hey, they deserve it. They've been under continual, no, not even continual service. They've been hanging around in taverns quite a bit too. But oh well, never mind. And I'm about to get ambushed. Whoa! Really? You put me in a little pit. This wasn't just a trap. This was a firing squad. Except I shoot back, and apparently miss too. I'll join the feast, see who's here. Speaking of who is here, actually, one thing I should do is start looking for a wife, because that also adds right to rule. There's nothing about love or anything, it's all politics. Red Sword. Red Sword's actually had a pretty good game this time. 50 relation with the Liege. Doomseeker. We know Doomseeker's good. Maya, the daughter. Sister-in-law. Godrun. Right, so you are the daughter of Red Sword. So usually I go for, what's her name? Godrun, who is the daughter of Doomseeker. But she was annoying to me earlier, so I'm not going to. We're going to go for, who was it, Maya? Maya. There we go, we've chosen. I have my sights fixed. There's a little cadre of people here. There she is. Hello, Maya. We'll talk to you in a minute.
With that arrogance, you just be glad my weapon is still unsheathed. Now say
What?
what you want and leave the area.
Why are you being such a dick? Okay. Well, I have his permission, basically. Fat Red Sword I wasn't particularly impressed with either. Grr. Except I have political machinations, otherwise you and me, we'd have problems. Yeah, I need to meet with her later, don't I? How do I do this again? That? No, because I need to talk to her, right? No. Oh, it's been too long, I haven't done this for a while. Hello. Why? I need to win a tournament or something for her, but I do not remember how to do that. Oh, man. usually more interested in the fighty parts of this game. Women. Mystery. Hello, this is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 78 of this Let's Play Prophecy of Pendor. So in the previous episode, I was a little bit tipsy, so I'm going to go and find out just how much damage I actually managed to do to myself. See, that's my dedication to getting these episodes out. I'll even do it after several hours at the pub. Not too much of a hangover today, thankfully, so I'm bright and cheerful. Because can't I, like, read her poetry or something? Yeah, that one. I think you basically just go through these and kind of hope. So you do one each time. So now she likes me. Good. So Militines, of course, are somewhat Byzantine flavoured. So we did try and have some differences. But the Melitene Empire is an offshoot of the Bacchus Empire. So it does definitely have some similarities between Eastern Rome and Western Rome. Get into position, people. Come on, let's go. Cavalry almost here. We just got into position. Yeah, we did. So I actually really like how their base troops look, and their like higher tier guys are actually kind of scary too, with the weird face plates. Oh, one of mine. So I actually quite like the kettle helms, and then the coloured. I kind of want to stop, but the you see he's got a yellow cloak. Depending on their rank, changes the colour of that cloak. So the more purple on it, the higher the rank. I don't think we have any of those higher ranks in this version, but for Pendor 4 you certainly would have. Oops. Thanks. Those Grimlanors are completely new. I didn't make them. So you can see these guys have white cloaks, so they would have been lower rank. I think in this instance it's just a noting between melee and ranged. Okay, I need to stop talking. Yes! Haha! I am where I should be, and I have complete command. Oh yes. Now this might actually take some different tactics, because the Mettenheim infantry, of course, are actually kind of weak against archers. So what I might do is lead the charge with our archers with their shields out, with the infantry covered behind, and then basically let the infantry lines pass through the archers. I think that's what I'm going to do. So archers, you're actually going to be the front line here, and infantry, I want you to follow me. Alright, victory. Well done, people. I'm seeing a good amount of moustaches here. That is an impressive moustache. You are definitely a member of the Forlorn Hope. More quests, and I'm not talking about the challenging one. Whoa. Oh, hello. It's my castle. Get out of my castle. Thank you. I was not expecting that. Okay. There we go. Quest taken, the Order Grand Master. Here we go. Quite a scrap. Sadly, we were too late to save the Grand Master, so 300 was what you needed. Since you are the senior officer now, it falls on you to lead the forces against Cult and make them pay. Suggest finding their presence by questioning travellers. Those staying in taverns are notorious for useless gossip, but occasionally they might be a valuable clue. Okay, so now I need to find the location of the Snake Cult stronghold, which is the next part of this quest. Cool. Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 85 of this Let's Play Prophecy of Pendor. In the previous episode, we worked quite hard on getting increased relations with Lady Maya. We're still not married, but we're bloody well working at it. The other thing we have done is we've started the Knight of the Griffin Order Grand Master quest. So we've repulsed an attack on our keep over here in Anson Lodge. However, the Grand Master unfortunately did fall during that scuffle, and we are now trying to find his murderers, which involves going from town to town, speaking to the travellers, until we get some information on where their headquarters is. Sellsword, Joan Longshanks. Aha! Here we go. For a few coins, risking good health here, so don't ask. Now listen. Really? It's really? Cousin happened to travel near Anson Lodge. Are you just saying that because that's where the Grand Master killing thing went? Okay, and the other thing was I need to speak to you. Hi. Aha! A hidden stronghold near Anson Lodge. Right next door. Are you freaking kidding me? Well, that's going to be something for the next episode. Really? Right next door? Like, you couldn't have got any closer than that, probably. That is ridiculous. I don't have all of my companions for this, the only downside. We'll give it a go. Why not? Alright. As far as I remember, yeah. You can get through the initial gatehouse just fine. It's that top wall where they start really hurting. So we're going to hold our fire. We're going to go just in front of that, and then I think we're going to start our archers shooting. Uh-oh. He had a million crossbows just aimed at me over there. Yeah, we're nowhere near enough. Killed almost all of their priestesses and almost all of their anacondas. They just had too many cobras. It's just a blur of swords. Stop blocking me. Stop it. Fortunately, I can't stop to see how we're doing. Alright, this is my archers are at the top now. But they're heavy archers. They should be fine in combat. And in fact, they do seem to be giving a pretty good account of themselves, to be honest. Not as good as me, obviously, but this is my speciality. We've basically done it. We've gone through 700 enemies. No wonder we're not getting a kill list. It's just too fast. I think we've done it. By Jove, I think we've done it. So we have got our Order stronghold. We did lose basically all of our griffins in the process, but you know what? I think it was worth it. I think this was absolutely worth it. How many... So yeah, this place, it's now ours. It should have griffins. Garrisoned, but I don't actually see any. Oh, there's some. Hi. 2 people garrisoning this whole place, plus the 2 in the fort. Okay, cool. There we go. I'm going to rename the name, rather than just Order Stronghold. This is going to be Care Tempest, which is what I always name the first city in basically anything I ever play. This was our capital city as a Guild of Stormwind. So we have Care Tempest. Care Tempest is now there. the headquarters of the Order of the Griffin. Nicely positioned, overlooking Anson Lodge, or is Anson Lodge? No, Anson Lodge would be overlooking Care Tempest, but that's totally fine. Where are my new Griffin patrol? There should be a patrol around here somewhere. There they are. Hello. Free troops. I wonder if I can actually order them around. No. And one of the cool things is, whenever you speak to these order groups, I wrote most of these texts, and we actually have it so that the Griffins recognize if you're the king or not. So at the moment they're just saying hello sir, but if you become the King of Pendor, then they'll actually greet you as such, with a different and unique dialogue, which I quite like. I'm pleased that we were able to implement that.